gentleman from Ohio is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Today, along with the support of my colleague, Representative Mishu, I'm offering this amendment to help an estimated 250,000 ailing veterans of the first Gulf War, over one-third of those who served. It will bring the modest budget for the Gulf War Illness Research Program within the congressionally directed medical research program in line with that of its peer programs to $10 million. Too many veterans of the first Gulf War suffer from persistent symptoms such as chronic headache, widespread pain, cognitive difficulties, unexplained failure, gastrointestinal problems, respiratory symptoms, and other abnormalities that are not explained by traditional medical or psychiatric diagnoses. Research shows that as these brave soldiers age, they are at double the risk for ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease as their non-deployed peers. There may also be connections to multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease. Sadly, there are no known treatments for the lifelong pain these veterans endure. In a new landmark report, the Institute of Medicine has recognized that and called for a major national research effort to identify treatments. The scientific community has responded with a dramatic increase in the quality and quantity of proposals that are submitted to the congressionally directed medical research program, otherwise known as CDMRP. In the February 12 Defense Appropriations Bill, CDMRP programs with direct relevance to current forces received a 25% increase. The research conducted by the Gulf War Veterans Illnesses Research Program is vital, not only for ill Gulf War veterans, but also for other military forces. As summarized by the IOM committee chair on the topic, Dr. Stephen Hauser, Gulf War illness research is vital to the health and effectiveness of current and future military forces, in addition to Gulf War veterans. Most encouraging, CDMRP-funded researchers have completed the first successful pilot study of a medication to treat one of the major symptoms of Gulf War illness. Just last month, a report was released on the first successful medication program study in the history of Gulf War illness research. The study showed that the low-cost supplement, coenzyme Q10, produced significant improvement in one of the most serious symptoms of Gulf War illness, fatigue with exertion, as well as improvements in nearly every other symptom. It is not a cure, and the study needs to be replicated in a larger group. But the result is extremely encouraging. The next step is for clinical trials, which will only be funded by the CDMRP. The amendment's offset comes from the Pentagon channel, which is costly. It's over $29 million in the past 3 fiscal years. It's redundant. There are 8 other Armed Force Network television services providing news, entertainment, lifestyle, documentary, religious programming to service members and their families across the globe, and it doesn't provide a vital service. But this research is critical to our troops in the field now, as well as those who will be fighting in the future. According to today's Research Advisory Committee on Gulf War Veterans Illnesses, the known cause of Gulf War illness are from exposures. The known causes are from exposures occurred in Iraq, like certain pesticides, or from exposures incurred before deployment, like pyridostigmine bromide, a drug taken as an antidote to the nerve gas sarin. There's also some evidence for a link between Gulf War illness and exposure to low-level exposure to nerve agents, close proximity to oil well fires, receipt of multiple vaccines, and combinations of Gulf War exposures. Current forces in Iraq and Afghanistan can still incur each of these exposures. That is why the chair of the IOM committee report on Gulf War illnesses said, quote, "This report makes findings and recommendations vital to the health and effectiveness of current and future U.S. military forces, in addition to our Gulf War veterans." This is a time for us to say thank you for those who served, to say that we understand the suffering that Gulf War veterans have had with this illness, and that we're dedicated to finding higher levels of research to make sure that we can relieve their suffering. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman.